Everywhere that we go, you are there.
When there's a threatening and abusive relationship, it is always traumatic for the person involved.
Dark of the night, when the shadows close in, you are there.
I've got another question for you. Did you notice that there was a difference in the way other people treated you after you got divorced? Specifically in the church, for example.
Sort of dead-end question for me, because he was so well liked in the church. He was massively evangelical, and they thought that he was the best thing since sliced bread. He would just talk to anybody. He was so blunt. I think he was a very insensitive character, because there's a bonus to that when you're a bit massively evangelical. I think a thick skin goes down very well, because you don't pick up on people's signs of discomfort. All you want to do is say is what you want to say, if you know what I mean. So they thought he was fabulous. Well, he thought he was fabulous. But in the church, what happened to us, I could no longer go back to my church, because not only had the pastor profoundly let me down, I was gutted by the church letting me down, my marriage breaking down, but I was scared because I didn't want to inflame him in any way. I couldn't say the truth of why I wasn't going. I couldn't say the truth because that would not be a positive thing for me. I couldn't be a great Christian and tell the truth to all and sundry, so I'd better not tell the truth, but I can't tell lies, so I can't go. So I, just cut myself off from the church, and I needed to, and I'm glad I did.
So have you been able to go back to church since, or is that the end of church for you?
I would never ever set foot back in that church again, because I felt so deeply hurt by the pastor. And what stuns me even more than anything is that he knew what was happening, and he sent us to counseling. Another miracle, one of several that happened to me. Finances, physical escapes, I could go on, but I won't. Literally stunning, provable miracles happened to me within a short period of time. But regarding going back to the church fellowship, I felt so let down by them, so profoundly let down by them when my pastor knew that he sent us to a counselor. And I don't know if he realizes, but she was actually a specialist in domestic abuse. He made me aware that I was being abused because I wasn't aware. I was trying so hard to be a good Christian and be forgiving and submit. Ha! Tell me about that one. Dual submission, not just one. And I was most stunned of all to know that he, my pastor, recommended that he go to Bible college the following year. That just blows me away. And now he's in his third year. It's not how it might seem, being critical of the church. But what I learned was that God is incredible. He's a deliverer. He gave me security and provided for me in every way, and I was completely vulnerable. People can look at the church and have bad experiences, a multitude of experiences, but God is amazing. So if you've been put off a church, don't blame God. This is people. They're faulty. They're human and don't know everything, and sometimes they can't deal with stuff, and just because they're a pastor doesn't mean that they can actually deal with everything, even though they should have a bit more training in this matter, frankly. But what guts me is that, and I'm still gutted, is that he's in his third year of being a chaplain. And what's happened to the accountability to me?
There every day that we live, and everywhere that we go, you are there.
Next week, we'll go further into the sacrificial nature of marriage and if somebody is really ready for it. God bless and see you next week.
Bye for now.
Bye.